All right, I call this one "The Value of Learning to Code Has Never Been Higher," featuring Amjad Masad. What's up? And Gary Tan. Hey, this is News from 5D. I'm Otis 5D.
News from 5D with Otis 5D.
All right, so this is Aish. Aish says that she's talking about the two videos we're about to watch. Amjad Masad, who makes Replit, if you don't know, Ask Perplexity, and Gary Tan on why learning to code gives incredible leverage now. Amjad believes that coding follows Moore's law, meaning it's far more powerful to learn coding now than in 2020, and it'll only get progressively more powerful. The video will explain that, and then I will also explain that. He also said we're very far away from fully automated software engineering agents. So now you're still going to write less code, but with AI, what are you talking about, woman? He also said we're far away from automated software. So you're going to write less code, but with AI agents, models, and Cursor AI, people can easily configure something and deploy. Dude, that is terrible English. Gary came across many 18 and 19-year-olds who believe, this person like barely speaks English. I had no idea. Who believe that AI will do all the coding and it's too late to learn now. But Gary believes it's important that you need to know coding to orchestrate several agents to build products. I can't believe I saved this tweet. And it's super powerful to build something at any point of time from any computer browser. Like, if this person is tweeting, I should be tweeting constantly. Agents will still make mistakes, and it's important to know coding to correct it. Exactly. This is so legit. This video is so legit. This concept is so legit. What do we got? We got that. We got that. Okay, so that's good. Let's move you. What is that? Stop it. Leave me alone. Okay, we got you. Good. And now we got one moment. Okay, that's good. Okay. So this is Amjad Masad, CEO, founder of Replit, and overall mensch.
And my view is that we're still far from fully automated software engineering agents.
I'm going to speed this up.
To learn how to code. You have to do way less coding. But you will have to read the code. You will have to debug it in some cases.
Yeah,
totally. Agent will get
true.
you fairly far, but sometimes it will get stuck, and you need to go into the code and figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty important. I've been meeting a lot of 18, 19-year-olds who are freshmen, and they're like, well, the code will write itself, right? Like, I don't have to study this stuff anymore. And I'm like, no, that's not true at all. Like, I actually think that now it is actually more leverage. It is far more leverage to know how to code than ever before.
This is just so good. Like, please take this to heart. It is so much easier to learn to code than it's ever been, and it's so much more valuable because the easier it gets, the more valuable it gets because you can take your ideas and you can execute them, and you can execute them quickly. And as you execute them, as you attempt to build something, as you attempt to sell something, you get better. And your life increasingly becomes a dream, a good dream at that.
And more important, and it will make you way more powerful. Like, you don't have to be all the way in the weeds on everything. You actually are going to be able to
Gary.
orchestrate this giant army of agents. And I think...
Dude, orchestrate the giant army of agents. We out here.
Of Mickey Mouse and Fantasia, just like, like learning this new magical sort of ability. And suddenly all the brooms are like, walking and talking and dancing. And it's this incredible menagerie of being able to build whatever the heck you want, whenever you want.
Good use of menagerie.
Like literally from any computer, from any web browser.
Yeah. I try to come up with like a Moore's law type thing where it's like the return on learning a code is like doubling every 6 months or something like that. So learning code a little bit in 2020 was not that useful because you get blocked. You wouldn't know how to deploy something. You wouldn't know how to configure.
Right. So in 2020, when AI wasn't good, you learned to code, and it's like, it's just so frustrating. You learn Python, and you got like all these different versions, and you got the wrong pip. No, you need pip 3. And then your Python is something's wrong, and this package is wrong, and you need venv, and which venv, and source activate venv, and it just keeps getting easier. And as it gets easier, the distance between your idea and your ability to execute the idea it just keeps getting smaller, but you still need to learn it, right?
Something. Let's go to 2023 with ChatGPT. Learn to code just a little bit. We'll get you fairly far because ChatGPT can help you. And then 2024, learn to code a little bit is a massive leverage because we have agents like this and others, and there's a lot of really cool tools out there like Cursor and others that will get you
Preach,
super far
Amjad.
by just like having a little bit of coding. And just extend that forward, like 6 months later, you're gonna have even more power. So programmers are just on this massive trajectory of increased power.
It's so good, bro. It's just so good because, like, it's kind of like the opposite of what people are saying. People are totally acting like no need. Everybody, all the engineer, it's ridiculous. I love that I'm sharing this message. I just have to be honest with you. I think this video might be like a repeat of the same thing. Just I liked it so much. I wanted to.
It's actually more leverage. It is to know how to code than ever before.
That's exactly
and it's
right.
actually even more important, and it will make you way
Yeah,
more powerful.
we're
Like
just
you
gonna-
don't have
just
to be all
watch
the way in the
this
weeds on
again,
everything.
man.
You actually
Just watch
are going
it
to be able
again.
to like orchestrate this giant army of agents. And I think of Mickey Mouse and Fantasia, just like like learning this new magical sort of
Watch it
ability, and like
again.
suddenly all the brooms are like walking and talking and dancing, and it's this incredible menagerie of being able to build whatever the heck you want whenever you
This
want.
is
Just
like a
literally
dream,
from any
bro.
computer,
This
from any
is
web
like
browser.
legitimately a dream that humanity has had for eons, to be able to take your ideas and just execute them. And we are just ever closer. And I should say this. I was thinking that it was outdated to learn to code. And so I'm like the customer of this video. I'm not just the person preaching it. I'm like, because it makes everything they're saying makes total sense. You can't just use AI and build something good. You need to have like some sense of what's going on. But in my opinion, with that said, the way to start is to start. I think that starting with AI is how I would start, and then talking to Perplexity, talking to AI about the problems you're having, and just kind of learning slowly over time. That's what I would do. I couldn't do some kind of course personally.
Yeah. I try to come up with like a Moore's law type thing where it's like the return on learning to code is like doubling every 6 months or something like that. So learning to code a little bit in 2020 was not that useful because you get blocked. You wouldn't know how to deploy something. You wouldn't know how to configure something. Let's go to 2023 with ChatGPT. Learn to code just a little bit. We'll get you fairly far because ChatGPT can help you. And then 2024, learn to code a little bit is a massive leverage because we have agents like this and others, and there's a lot of really cool tools out there like Cursor and others that will get you super far by just like having a little bit of coding. And just extend that forward, like 6 months later, you're gonna have even more power. So programmers are just on this massive trajectory of increased power.
So my final message to you in this video is take an idea, even if it's a tiny little idea, and just start talking to the AI. Go to Claude.ai, make an account if you don't have one. Say, just talk to it like you would talk to a therapist. Say, I have this idea for an app or a website or whatever. Can you code me the first version of it? And here are the ideas. And, most likely it will only be 10 to 40% of what you're looking for. But you can tell it. You can say, that's not exactly what I wanted. I kind of actually want it like this. And you just keep doing that. And you start learning. And then you're like, it's not working. Can you explain this to me? And then it explains it in a way you don't understand because you don't know how to code. And you're like, I actually don't really know how to code. Can you explain it to me more simply? And you just go like that. Dude, it's like a fucking golden age. Like, take advantage of the golden age that we're living in, or go fuck yourself. Peace.
All right, so if you like this video, the biggest thing you can do to help me grow the channel is to find a timestamp anywhere from 3 seconds to 3 minutes where you thought, boy, you was really cooking right there, and leave a comment with that timestamp. And I know it can be annoying where you're like, bro, I ain't watching your video a second time, but just keep it in mind for the next video you watch that, like, Otis5D wants my timestamps. That's how I can help him grow. I want to help him grow, and otherwise I can go fuck myself. It's as easy as that. Peace.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.